Good evening, everybody. How are you? So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 7:01. It's Monday, May 3rd, 2021. And we do have a few things on the agenda today. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was elections for the 2021-2022 school year. We do have some interest from folks and are working to try to organize that and make sure that we have that all in order. Our goal would be to publish nominees by next Monday, the 10th. Does that work for everybody? And certainly if anybody is interested in participating or adding their name to those nominations, all board positions are currently open.
Awesome.
So Amanda, Trisha sent me another name to try for it, and maybe this might be good to go for secretary, because I know that's a position that we need and that people haven't. We need that one. Stephanie Gill. Her daughter is Abby. No, Abby, not Abby. Her daughter's Lila.
Lila Whitesell. Yep.
Yeah.
No, not right now, buddy. What do you need?
I sort of know Stephanie. I could reach out to her.
Because it's a picture.
Could you, because I don't know her at all. Trisha just mentioned her today when I was talking with her back and forth. So
yeah, she came to, I don't know if she came to a meeting this year or last year, but she was interested at some point, or at least showed up and wanted to see what was it about.
yeah, she's Rich's fiance. That's how it was put into.
Yep.
Okay, so I think I remember. Oh, I think I remember her popping on. Yeah, would have been like September, October-ish.
Yeah, it was in the beginning of the year. You're right.
Okay.
I love our kid guests.
Yeah.
He wants to know the Zoom questions. He wants to know why Penny's not moving.
That's a great question.
She's very attentive.
Yeah.
So I think, does anybody else have any, I think that as a board, we've been trying to keep track of any of the nominations or any interest that we've heard of. We did post a note out on the Diversity and Equity Committee channel. That's certainly not LP specific, but the message is up on our Facebook group as well. Dr. Bello, I know you were thinking about families that might be interested or might be a good fit. And I think that we've done some direct teacher outreach as well at the grade level to say, if you think you have any parents in your room that would be a good match, now's the time to speak up. Is there anywhere else that folks think we should be looking, or any other ideas?
I feel like that's a lot of the communication avenues that we have access to.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I think some of the folks that we have tonight are interested in throwing their hat in the ring for next year's positions. Is that correct?
Right,
Maybe.
Julie? Julie for president? Yep. Cool.
Okay.
And then Trisha's pretty on board with treasurer.
Okay.
She said she doesn't want to be the main person doing, like, planning the events, but she would be able to be at the events for like money counting and everything. But she is the bookkeeping and everything is where she seemed very solid with ideas and everything. And then she gave me the idea for Stephanie Gill, and then Kristen Daly for VP, I think is a possibility.
Okay.
So
Thank you,
so
Megan.
yeah, I think if we just need to like solidify that, then I think we actually got it.
Okay. And so Megan, you probably are best equipped. The process would be on Monday, we would formalize, we would make an announcement about who the nominees are, and then we would like to choose a date in June, because ideally, or according to PTA bylaws, the new officers would assume duties on July 1st, correct? So we would want to try to coordinate a voting meeting in June.
Yeah, because I know there's supposed to be a certain amount of days in between the nominations and the elections.
Mhm.
I can't remember the specific amount of days that has to be in between, but yeah, we can't nominate and elect in the same meeting.
Okay, so
So-
that days between the meetings is probably why we would be looking at the, I think that if we announce on Monday, that May 10th, then we would be okay to hold a voting meeting on June 7th or June 14th. And in order to vote, we need 10 people?
We need
Correct?
10 people for a quorum. Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, does anybody have any questions on that?
No, but our bylaws don't actually say that there has to be a certain number of days in between. It just says that they'll be elected by ballot annually at the regular meeting. So it doesn't say we have to have it up for a certain number of days, is my point.
Okay, and so since we don't have, we don't typically have a June meeting, or I don't think it's on the calendar, that would be something that we should probably decide and formalize on. Dr. Bello, based on the school calendar, is there any, like if we were looking at the week of the 7th or 14th, is there any day that is better or worse based on school activities?
I just realized I was muted, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It's like I'm new to this or something. Okay. Let's see, the week of the 7th. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I think you're better off the week of the 7th because the following week is like the moving up day ceremony. There's a couple of school events, so I think you're better the week of the 7th.
Okay, and then we have had meetings on a couple, like we've had meetings on Thursdays. I think we've had them on a Tuesday. I think we've had them on a Monday. I don't think there's a precedent for which day of the week we would have the meeting. Is there any preference from this group? Monday is the 7th.
Maybe just not Monday. Mondays are
Okay.
hard.
Okay,
But maybe at Tuesday or Thursday. What do you guys
Tuesday and
think?
Thursday were the two I was going to say, please, let's not do that.
Oh, not do that.
But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't
We
really
could do
matter.
Wednesday. Let's see. Yeah,
No,
what about
Tuesdays are-
Wednesday the 9th?
yes. Yeah, Wednesday, the 9th, I think is fine from my end as well. Should we plan towards that?
Amanda, you are multitasking. You are doing amazing.
Our nanny has coronavirus, so this is week 3. So we're
Oh, no.
there's dirt on my shirt. There's dogs and kids. We're everybody's fed. We're fine.
That's fine. Everyone's alive.
Yes. Okay, so we'll do, and at the same time, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, the 9th will be the voting meeting.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll make sure that that gets up on our Facebook group, but it would be nice if it was in talking points as well, especially
Yeah.
since it's not going to be on the school calendar, right?
Yeah, we can promote
Okay.
that. I can help do that.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions on elections or anything else that we need to cover?
Do you think we should also send home like a hard copy, like flyer about the election?
To seek nominations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the election rather too. I don't know. I don't know if sometimes I think all the digital notices can sometimes go overlooked, and I don't know.
So for what it's worth, your take home flyers for the PTA survey that we published went out last Friday with the remote kids. Did they go to in-schoolers that day too?
Yeah, all of the kids.
Okay. We had one response until this afternoon when you sent out the
When I
talking
finally
points
sent
link.
it out.
Yeah.
I'm
and
so
we now have-
sorry about that. I totally
No, that's
forgot,
okay.
you guys.
But for what it's worth, that was one of the questions. And we still only have 12 people that have responded to that, but over 83% said that they prefer talking points. I do think we use that for the Youth Lacrosse League. It's a free service, right? I think it would be great if we could try to incorporate that into the PTA next year so that we have a PTA account as well. The challenge is contact information.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think, I don't think they'll do it, just like they wouldn't give us.
No. It's
Oh.
talking points is free. It doesn't have anything to do with the district. Like for the lacrosse league, we just created the youth. He just uses talking points to talk to the parents. You just have to have, we can't have your district email list, but we can use talking points. It would just only be to member info that we have.
Can you have multiple talking
members.
points?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, so like the parents that have kids in multiple schools, if you're using the app, then they can see their different schools. They can see that
Okay.
there's the lacrosse league. It can use, it's one app that can have multiple organizations feeding to it.
oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Isn't it like Class Dojo and
Mhm.
rooms and all those? You can have a bunch of, like, I have
Yeah.
access to all of the classrooms and my school all on
Yeah.
Class Dojo. So it's the same thing.
yeah, similar concept. It's just a communications platform.
Okay.
But anyway, so I know that talking points is the preferred. So to your question, is there like digital fatigue? For what was out there, PTA based now, 40% said they preferred take home flyer. Or I don't think it was a single vote question, but
Yeah.
it was digital was talking points preferred, and then take home flyer got and Facebook were about neck and neck.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt. As someone who is also an educator, I am digitally fried. If Leanna hands me a piece of paper, I'm all in. If I have to remember to go back and check something on my phone or my iPad, I am all out. I forget every time. So I think we probably have to do both if we want to get as big a response as we need.
Yep.
That's just my 2 cents.
Okay, so do we want to, I mean, I don't think that we can put in another push for nominees if we're going to announce on Monday, but it would be that the voting meeting and there's going to be an extra PTA session in June.
That's
So we
what
can
we-
do that.
Yep, and then that way we'll be able to list the people's names and what they are being nominated for. So that might be easier for people to kind of remember.
Mhm.
But especially because we need to get that 10-person quorum.
Mhm.
I think, paper at least for
I'll
that
have
meeting.
teachers on standby. Like, if I text you, you better get on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for voting? All right. So next up would be principal's report. Dr. Ballo, what do you have to share?
Okay, so you can definitely tell we're in the month of May because it's getting crazy. So just to reiterate a couple of things, because I don't know, I think our timing was a little bit off here, but there's a lot of surveys and there's sort of a lot of information out there for families. So just want to make sure I clarify a couple of things. First one being placement consideration. So I'm giving families until May 14th to send me an email if they want to share special considerations. Amanda, thank you. I got yours today. For us.
I hope that's genuine. It is what it is.
Yes, it was very nice. It's kind of fun to hear from parents the perspective of their children. Just gives us something more well-rounded to look at. So that is until May 14th. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's certainly an opportunity to advocate for your children. I just ask that we don't ask for specific teachers. It's just not equitable, and I can't guarantee those kinds of requests. So, but I certainly would love to know about your child and what's going to make them the most successful. The next thing that I sent out is specific to remote families. So lots of end of year planning, and there has been some discussion about whether remote families would even be interested in coming to school for an end of year bash. So, you know, we don't have Seabreeze this year, so we want to do something with the kids, of course, COVID friendly. And, you know, what we offer our in-person students, we want to offer our remote students. So we sent a survey to remote families just to even get a better sense of, is that what families want, or would they prefer a remote celebration? So that would be that. I think I'm asking at the end of the week to submit that survey. So far, most people want to bring their kids to the school, which, you know, sometimes it throws me a little bit, but because they're at home learning, but I guess I don't think they want their kids to miss out on some of those celebratory things too. So that makes sense. But that is so far the general sense is people would be willing to come to the school. And then the last thing is Staff Appreciation Week is this week. Yeah, it's specific to, you know, teachers, food nutrition, and the nurse, but we're taking more of a holistic approach and just thanking everybody because everybody's been amazing and has worked so hard. So there's a Google Doc that I have out there for people to input some notes of gratitude. It's so sweet. I don't know if you've even gone to I think I have it on Facebook, Twitter. It was on a couple different email. Really, really sweet sentiments that I can't wait to share with the staff. So certainly open to everybody this throughout the week to add to that. And then thank you to the PTA for hosting a lunch-in on Wednesday of this week from DeBella's. We're really, really looking forward to that. We love to eat, so that will be that'll be a good day. So I think that's it for me. Any questions about any of that or anything else that came up?
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
You sent out the weekly newsletter on Friday and it said, check out the PTA spot so you can know what we need you to send in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I couldn't find the PTA, it wasn't in the drop down. So I didn't know what to send in.
If you scroll, Julie, if you keep scrolling all the way down that newsletter, there's a PTA section, and there was a link to, what do they call it? What's that organization?
The Sign Up Genius.
Yes, thank you. Woo, it's been a long day. So there's
I'll scroll again. I didn't see it when I scrolled on Friday, and I was like, I want to send something in, but I don't know what to send.
I promise it's there. Keep scrolling.
All right,
So-
double check.
So Julie, I
Wait,
just pulled it up on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
You can go on the Laurelton PTA Facebook page, and then there's a link on there for the sign up, and you can go in through there and then just sign up for something there.
Okay, so I'm so sorry.
That's
I
okay.
of course was doing it like 15 minutes before my students came in on Friday. So I was like, oh, let me see what I got, and I missed it. So, okay, thank you.
You're good. You're good. Somebody.
I forgot to do it too, so.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
Do you have, so I do have a question. I saw the note about field day. Is that going to be the same, or is that separate from year end? Like, I know there was talk of, so there's the 5th grade moving up ceremony, and then
Yeah.
there's year end potential celebration. How do they all fit together?
Yeah, so there really only is the moving up day and then
Okay.
the end of year bash. We're putting the field day into the bash. So there
Okay.
are stations that the kids
Yep.
rotate through, and field day activities would be one of them.
Okay, it's the same. Okay,
Same thing. Yep.
all right.
I know it's hard to keep track of it all. And I think, is there a field day on the calendar? Is that might have been on there. from the beginning of the year. So that might cause some confusion too, but there's only going to be one end of year celebration.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for Dr. Bello? Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Next up is the secretary's report, and I have a copy of them, but it's not letting me open that file. Tiffany, do you have anything in front of you that you can read through? It's just telling me the file is corrupt on my end. I didn't check very far in advance, sorry.
I hope that I can. Oh, I can't share my screen. I have it up. Maybe you can't look at it because I have it open. That's not usually true.
No, Penny sent me a hard copy. I think it just something weird just happened.
Oh, okay. If I could, Mrs. Bello, can you make it so I can share my screen and then I can just
Oh, sorry about that.
show everybody the minutes and I don't have to read them to you? I think I've corrected the way I've spelled Julie's last name, so. Okay. All right. You guys seeing that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll let you look through it and then I'll scroll down a little bit. We talked a lot about was mostly focused on Teacher Appreciation Week this week and nominations, so. Julie, did I get your name? Okay. I'll move down a little bit past the names. I'm going to move down a little bit more. Yell at me if I'm going too fast. And that's it. Anybody have any
Okay.
corrections or anything I need to change?
Looks
No?
good.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. And Megan, I think I can pull up the treasurer's report. If you're ready to talk through that, give me just a second. Or maybe that's what I had that I couldn't open. Yeah, I'm sorry. It wasn't the minutes that I had that were corrupt. It's the treasurer's report.
Okay.
So I did get it from you, but I can't open it for some
Let me
reason.
see. Oh, you know what? Did I not give you, I might not have given you presentation rights.
No, it's the Word file on my end. Like I have it, it just gives me an error that says, it says I can't open it.
I think I have it, right? I can do treasure report. Let me just open it up. All right. Share. All right. Can you see that okay?
Not yet. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so the checking account, we had no deposits and no withdrawals. We do have 3 outstanding checks for the total of $501.98. So the new balance will be $3,845.48. Cash box is still $50. I've been toying with the idea of just throwing that into the checking account, just so it's there. And then there was nothing going on in the savings account, so that stays the same at $1,245.26 for a total of $5,140.74. We did get the insurance email, so I will be doing that soon. I haven't looked at it, so that should be between $315 and $350, depending upon how much of an increase there is, but I didn't look at the email. So. And that is that. I did find on the calendar, June 17th is listed as the 5th grade moving up ceremony. June 18th is listed as the 5th grade picnic. And where was it? June 22nd is listed as field day.
Yeah, we
So,
got rid of all that.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, we pretty much killed that. So I think it was in the minutes from last time. So I'll just reiterate. So the moving up day will be June 16th. The rain date will be June 17th because we're going to do it outside. So fingers crossed. And then it's either going to be the 21st or 22nd. It might actually be 2 days, depending on the kind of schedule that we can make for this end of year bash. But it will be those last 3 days of school, that Monday, Tuesday, could be both. So we'll get that out as soon as we can. So those are the 2 dates.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then I think we have Ms. Krupa on. If there is a Board of Education report, anything you can share with us?
Are you
Sorry
driving?
that I
still?
jumped in. I pulled over. I
Okay.
just pulled over. I'm not driving, but I am like literally mom Uber picking up from lacrosse. Got to go pick up for basketball. Somebody's got to have dinner in between, so I apologize.
No, thank you for attending.
Sure. A couple of things. The main thing is the school budget vote and the Board of Education candidates vote. That's May 18th. So the vote is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and the polls will be in, I want to say the freshman gym at the high school, which is usually where it's at, that main entrance, and it's directly to the right. So make sure that, you guys get out and check out the polls there. We have in all of our minutes from our board meetings, you can go back into the minutes and find our minutes from our board meetings. All of John Abbott, who is our superintendent of finance and everything, he has all of his budget presentations there, so you can go through and take a look at that. I don't know if you guys are aware, but we stumbled on, thankfully, much more money than we had anticipated being able to receive, both from the state and the stimulus and foundation aid, which is amazing. So right now, if you had talked to anybody, any board member or any administrator, even just 2 months ago, we were on pins and needles trying to see how much money was going to come in, because originally we were told it was going to be a 20% cut from the state funding, and we haven't had foundation aid in 7 years. What's been promised to all school districts has not been given to school districts. So we had a foundation aid subcommittee on the board. Carol Watt was in charge of that with a few other board members, and they did a great job advocating for our school district and getting in touch with our local legislation and really having them back us and support us and push to get that foundation aid. And so we are very happy to have that. Just like anytime you get some money, there's always these huge stipulations around where it can go and what it can be spent on, and 20% here, and it can go towards these certain programs. And obviously our focus is a district supporting students coming back, supporting their social emotional learning, and also bridging those gaps, because we know kids are learning from home. Kids, we are very fortunate, our K-5 kids are all in school every day, so that's a huge advantage for our district for sure. But our older kids are only in school 2 days in, 2 days home, rotating participating. So there's going to be learning gaps. There's going to be things that the district is really focusing on, bridging those gaps and getting everybody, just up to where they need to be. So that is our main focus. And that's a lot of what we will be hopefully using that extra money for, supports and interventions and those kinds of things. Also mental health supports and stuff like that. So we're very fortunate. We're very excited. Again, it's just in the planning process. But again, there's this whole time having to have a plan in and doing all the things with the money. So we're excited to actually, Megan, if you're trying to talk. Miss Bella, you're muted, sorry.
The internet is unstable. So I was like telling everybody to get off the internet.
Oh,
Like, get off the video games, get off your phones. I'm just yelling at my family, Jess. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. Welcome to my club. We're really excited. I mean, it's a really great problem to have that money. Now we just have to really be fiscally responsible in how we use it, because it's not going to be there every year. The stimulus money, obviously, is a certain amount, and that ends. We would like to hope that foundation aid will come in like it should, but you just don't know. So we're trying to put plans in place and be responsible, and go from there. So that's exciting. And we had our Meet the Candidates night tonight. That was previous to this meeting. It was at 5:30, so that is on a recording as well. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, there are 5 candidates for 3 board seats. Dave Yates, our communication director, takes them through some questions, and then you can pick your 3 to vote for. So those 2 things are the main things, obviously, in the budget. I think what else? We've had some great reports from all of the principals. Dr. Bella, when did you speak? A couple of weeks ago? Last month?
Yeah.
So that's the nice part about, and then we just had Mr. Hasey and his APs before that. And then I think Miss Sloan and Mr. Kurtfield and Mr. Zeller were on last week, which is awesome, because we just get these amazing presentations from our administrators telling us like what a great job staff and students and everybody is doing just to work towards our district goals, which is awesome. I mean, not to toot our own horn, but we're crushing it. So I'm really excited to be, I have my kids in this district. Obviously my first job is a parent, but I'm very proud to be a board member also, and to be able to say, yeah, my kid's been in school 5 days a week. My other kid's in school 2 days in. She's getting so much more than these other districts who have Wednesdays off, and I'll have all these, different situations. So very proud. And I think that's it. The vote, I don't know. There's lots of awesome things going on. Like Dr. Bella was saying, every building is working really hard on creating these awesome celebrations. I literally can't believe that Zag's going to be in middle school and Ada is going to be going into the high school. All of that makes me want to just, I can't even think about that. But it's exciting to hear all the plans that everybody is creating, and all the staff and principals, they're just being so creative and coming up with ways to still celebrate the kids, trying to find ways to have these end of the year concerts that these kids have been working so hard for, recognizing kids for their hard work. So everybody's going above and beyond. I'm super excited. I know, Mrs. Bell, you were saying May is like crazy, and you get testing and all this other stuff. So it's a tough time of year, but I just literally went through my calendar and was like, oh wow, look at all those rainbow colors of things we have going on. 3-4 things each night, great. But it's nice to get back into that hustle and bustle. So I'm excited, and I hope everybody gets a chance to get out and vote on the 18th. And if you have any questions, try to answer them for you. Come on, Teresa, nothing, T? She's like, no, I can just ask you. She's like, I can just ask you across the fence. I can just ask you.
Oh, do you know what though, Jess? I do have a question.
Okay.
Do you know when, if we requested lawn signs, do you know when or where we get those for the budget vote?
They're supposed to be delivered, and they can only be delivered, from what I remember hearing, is 2 weeks prior to the vote.
So anytime
my guess
now,
is maybe tomorrow because that would be 2 weeks out since the vote
All right.
18th. I did see the big
Well,
sign
my
in
husband is
Allendale.
nothing but home, so sounds
I think they
good.
just stake them in as they go. They have a list
They
and
just-
they just go through and
perfect.
stake them in.
Perfect.
That was my understanding of it. And like I said, when I drove home today, I did see the big one at Hallandale on the front.
Yeah,
So
at
my
Hallandale I
guess
saw,
is
yep.
that they're out and about getting started on those. But if it's not,
Great.
I'll check.
Oh, it's fine. It's all good. Just want to get people out to actually vote on it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think people are in the mode of thinking about going somewhere to vote anymore. So
Yep, a lot different for sure. Anybody else? All right, thank you for the time.
Thank you. Okay. So the upcoming events, I think we touched on all of them between the other reports that were given. But there's a teacher staff appreciation luncheon on Wednesday in the PTA. Has ordered a sub tray from DeBella's. It's set to be delivered at 10:45. And then I think it was just this morning, Penny officially put in the orders for the science fair t-shirts and the 5th grade t-shirts. So those are at the presses at this point.
Thanks so much for taking care of that, Penny. That's a lot of organization.
Yeah, and I'm just thrilled that they're able to accommodate to get to
Yeah,
that
that's
remote date
awesome.
too. So I did submit everything, and usually last year he had to retype all of the 5th grade names to their programming. So hopefully he'll touch base with me, tomorrow. If there's anything I need to update anyone on, I certainly will. But yes, everything is there for science fair shirts and then 5th grade shirts. So all
So
good.
excited. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else? That was the formal agenda that we had. We do have some time left tonight. Penny, I don't know if there was anything else on your radar when you were listening, or did I miss anything when I was running through your agenda?
No, thank you. And lacrosse of all days for them to go extra long, and it just started to rain at the end too. So I literally just walked in the door and I had my laptop set up in our office to jump on really quick. No, that is really, those were the big things. So, I mean, unless anybody else who is on has any, concerns or things that they want to bring forth to, the PTA, those were the big things for the agenda. So I appreciate you, Amanda, for taking the time to do that tonight while I couldn't be on.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, and Tiffany, I know there were some extra folks here tonight, or new faces here tonight. You've got everybody's name. Do you need anything else? Awesome. Okay.
Oh my gosh, so this is our final official meeting of the year. Plus we'll have the special election.
I think so, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Time flies.
Yeah. Thanks for making my first year with you guys so awesome. This was painless. This was really nice. So I've appreciated the entire school year with you guys.
And
We've
me too.
enjoyed
I'm
having
sorry
you
I've
here.
only been on a few times, but I'm really glad to be part of this group. It makes me happy to know everyone's always looking out for our kids.
Aw.
And I think
We're
even in a
happy.
pandemic, we learned some things too. So there's some new virtual things, even if we're in person, next academic year, there's still some other things that we can also kind of capture different audiences in different times with, the ability, if the Teams is still something that, the new PTA board can think about different ways, to connect next year as well.
So true. Love that.
All right.
All right.
And maybe next year I'll actually paint the wall behind my head so you guys can without drywall.
Oh, that's funny. I never even, if you had never said anything, I wouldn't have ever
Every
noticed.
time we're at a meeting, I'm like, can I please paint this wall?
Oh,
Don't worry, Julie, I have my dirty laundry behind me.
Yeah,
so it's
we're all
like-
a work in progress,
fine.
right? There's
Everything
always
is
something to
fine.
be done.
Great.
What do they say? It's never a good time. Just keep swimming.
that's right. That's right.
Well, very good.
Awesome.
Amanda, do you want to call the meeting, or I can call the meeting at 7:41? We'll meeting adjourned. And if there's any other business, we'll be sure to get those nominees, out soon so that is out there for everyone.
Awesome.